Welcome to Canoe Live. The pit bull rant continues as dog owners have been weighing in on the province's ban of the breed. There's been a flood of responses from pit bull supporters after Peter Worthington wrote about a recent pit bull attack on his own dog. Sherry Garvin wrote, "No law is worth its salt if there's no enforcement," and says animal control needs adequate funding and the initiative to enforce laws proactively. And Ginger Lindgren writes, "Dogs are like people. They're a product of the environment in which they were raised." Well, we've got Peter Worthington with us here, as well as Violet Madej, who is the co-founder of the Pit Bull Co-op, which organizes meetups in Toronto. Violet, you've read Peter's column. What is your reaction to it?
I'd like to start off by saying that I agree with some of the comments that were made. Pit bulls are definitely wonderful dogs, and they don't deserve this kind of discrimination. Neither do their owners. It is the owners, unfortunately, and it's not the dogs.
Well, Peter, you've received a lot of responses. Have you changed your mind at all about pit bulls?
Well, no. I agree with responsible owners, but a responsible owner has no control over a pit bull. If you look at the statistics in the United States over a 20-year period, the pit bulls have killed more people, twice as many as any other dog, and the next dog is a Rottweiler, and the pair of them kill maybe 67% of the people who've been killed in 20 years, and they do not comprise 65–67% of the dog population. It's an unpredictable dog, and it's dangerous to public safety. Not the dog's fault, but the breeding of it.
Well, Violet,
pure and simple.
Violet, do you have some stats to counter that?
Well, the Winnipeg model is a perfect example of a contradiction to that stat. Pit bulls in Winnipeg were banned in 1990. In 1989, we see that German Shepherds accounted for 61 bites in total. That increased to 68 in 1997, which is 7 years later. Obviously, it's not making communities any safer. There are also stats in the state that contradict what Peter was saying. In Texas, in 1989, from 1989 to 1996, they kept very accurate records of their dog bite and attacks.
Well, you're wrong, and you're talking about bites. I'm talking about people who've been killed by them.
Oh, this was bites and attacks.
Far more dogs do the biting than pit bulls. But
no, it was bites and attacks done
with a Labrador. It can be fatal with a pit bull.
But you see, like I was saying before I was interrupted, from 1989 to 1996, Texas was keeping accurate stats, and it was shown that pit bulls only accounted for 1.89% of those attacks. Whether they were fatal or not wasn't the question, it was attacks overall. So, I mean, it wouldn't have protected citizens from other dogs, such as German Shepherds, such as Rottweilers, such as Chow Chows. I mean, what would you say to victims of those dog attacks?
So what are the solutions then if the pit bull ban is not the answer?
But wait a minute, you're missing the point. Why do not police services use pit bulls? They use German Shepherds, they use mixed breeds and other. They won't touch a pit bull because they say
they will. Of course they will. In the States, there are many organizations that do use pit bull for drug. In Canada. I'm talking about the States. What difference does it make?
Why are you talking about the States? You're living in Canada, for goodness sakes.
They don't use them here, that's fine. But in the States they use them, and perhaps they will start using them here. One of the pit bulls that was banned here in Ontario was sent to the States, or it would be euthanized. And now it is a drug dog. It is one of the top drug dogs in the States.
Well, nobody it's an intelligent dog and it's quite capable, but there's some reason that the Metro Toronto Police has a dog unit.
It's not scientifically proven. It's not scientifically proven that these dogs do attack more than any other dog. And how accurate are these statistics to begin with? Who is the one to identify these dogs as pit bulls?
The United States Humane Society and the American Veterinarian Association compiled a 20-year figure. You can argue with you like, but this is dog deaths.
But who is identifying these dogs? Is it the victims? Is it the officers?
No, these are only dogs that they can clearly identify.
Clearly identify.
Peter and Violet, I'm sorry to interrupt you both. We're going to have to continue this one off the air. But obviously...
We'll read the sun and maybe you'll get a clearer picture later.
All right. Thank you to both of you for talking to us tonight.
Thank you.
Do you blame the dog breed or the dog owner when it comes to dog attacks? You can tell us what you think at sendit@canoelive.ca. We're going to take a break now, but we'll be back with more on Canoe Live. Up next on Canoe Live.